weeks. I'd like to tell you where I was, but the sensitive nature of the work I do for the government precludes that. Seriously, I quietly made a vow in September not to return until Ole Miss broke its 16-game SEC losing streak. But all streaks eventually end. South Carolina's longest in the nation winning streak came to an end in Death Valley Saturday night. But new streaks begin. For example, Arkansas has recorded 187 consecutive days without a head coach being injured in a motorcycle-related accident. I understand you had a great meeting at the University of Memphis in their newly renovated football facility, and that Coach Parente gave an inspired presentation to the club. And that's great. I wish I had been there. Judging by the outcome of the East Carolina game, it appears the coaches and team were equally inspired by the presence of the Touchdown Club. Good, tough audience. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. Late today or tomorrow, the NFL owners should approve the sale of the Cleveland Browns to Jimmy Haslam. Most of you probably know Haslam is the president of Pilot Travel Centers, the nation's largest operator of travel centers and truck stops, and his brother is the governor of Tennessee. Haslam has agreed to pay over $1 billion for the Browns. He also owns 12.5% of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a pretty significant chunk because Dan Rooney and Art Rooney II only own 15% each. At least for a while, the NFL is going to let Haslam keep his ownership interest in both teams. However, the other NFL owners are requiring Haslam to completely divest his majority ownership position in the University of Tennessee Volunteers. It should be easy enough for Haslam to adjust to being in Ohio. Firstly, Tennessee's the birthplace of rock and roll. Ohio has the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's a Cleveland in both states. the UT Vols and the Cleveland Browns both use dogs for mascots. I guess the biggest difference is probably the disparity in pay between SEC teams and the Browns. But Haslam has deep pockets, and I'm pretty sure he'll get the Browns' payroll up to where it needs to be before very long. I was at Vanderbilt Saturday night for the Vandy Florida game. It was Vandy's first home sellout since 2008 when they played Florida there also. Announced attendance was over 40,000. Florida had a ticket allotment of 4,500, which they sold entirely, but based on the number of orange and blue outfits in the stands, I would say that there were 8,000 or 9,000 Florida fans there. Vanderbilt isn't certain how many Gator fans were in attendance, but the athletic department said they'll have a better idea once the Nashville Police Department releases its weekend crime statistics. Hard, I guess Coach Malzahn would probably agree, timing in life is everything. It's hard to believe that Auburn is 1 of 5. A little statistic that you probably won't hear in Steve's introduction, in games in which Coach Chiswick coached and Coach Malzahn did not, Coach Chiswick is 6-24, so I think we can see some of the impact that Coach Malzahn brought to Auburn. Just a quick reminder to wrap things up here. This is for those of you who are not University of Tennessee graduates. Today is the due date for filing your tax return if you extended it last April 15. If you did extend but you haven't filed, you have until midnight to get to a post office box. And for those of you who might be dropping your extended returns off later, I want to suggest you take a UT along with you. Just let them see what the process of paying income tax is like. I think they'll really enjoy that. Okay. And one final thing, there was a nice article in the Wall Street Journal Friday about Ole Miss football. I don't know how many of you saw it. One of the things it pointed out is that Ole Miss is the only school in the country with 4 assistant athletic directors with the title of emeritus still on its payroll. We're going to give you the opportunity to win valuable cash and prizes by texting us the name of those 4 assistant athletic directors before the end of the evening. Just text that to paymeforever at utmemphis.com, and we'll see who wins that. And now it's my privilege to bring up finally